Okay, so there's a few things I want to talk about in this. First of all, I'm not 100% done with Touhou at all. I'm not 100%. More like 75, 80 at least, about, pretty much. But, yeah. Again, not completely done with it. I'm just taking it... I'm just enjoying it bit by bit every so often. Because, yeah, I really don't... Yeah, it's... So, yeah, that's basically all I have to say for that. Not completely done with the franchise series. Mostly done with it. But not completely. So, yeah. And another thing. Dylan obviously isn't part of the channel anymore. I would have like to do at least one last video with him, but can't really do that. He made the decision to go on his own. I respect it. And honestly, I'm actually glad he's doing his own thing now, because he really doesn't need me to, like, do anything. But it would have been nice to do at least one more video with him. It would have, but he's doing his own thing now, and I respect it. So nothing I can do about that, but only wish him to have fun with what he's doing. Also, my Twitter account, my one Twitter account that I use 100% of the time, I don't have access to, so yeah, I can't really use that account anymore. But honestly, I think it's a good thing, because you know how people there could be. People are constantly trying to cancel each other there, so yeah. Again, his choice, so it's whatever. I don't have access to my main Twitter account anymore, so yeah, it's just whatever. But also, since I've given up Touhou mostly, I've been finding some new things out about myself that I never knew. Like, I've been becoming actually quite a hobbyist now. Like, obviously, I've gotten back into Yu-Gi-Oh! After all these years, so yeah, I actually found I really enjoy collecting trading cards. Now, obviously, I'm not the kind of person who has to scam people out of like a few $100 or so for one card, because that's just a fucking scam. Doesn't matter if you're a quote-unquote professional, great, or what not. It's a fucking scam regardless. People need to stop that shit. But yeah, I enjoy collecting trading cards. I've also actually wanted to get into drawing again. It's been quite a long time, so I figured You know what? Yeah, why not? I'll do that too. Obviously, still doing YouTube, but again, because can't record through console, I have to like use phone camera or screen record my gameplay. So yeah, that sucks. But I did report the issue to PlayStation. I hope they do something about it soon, because I have videos I have to upload. Videos I've been recording, I've had recorded for several days, and yeah, can't really upload them. So, yeah, there's nothing I can do about that issue. So please bear with me, and also, I'm actually enjoying myself quite a bit more since I'm really not that into Toho anymore. Which is, again, a very good thing. Because now I can basically just enjoy myself getting the things I forgot I was into, like Cuphead. Like, I completely forgot I was into Cuphead. Which is crazy, but hey, I was into Cuphead, so yeah. I've been watching the Cuphead show here and there. It's okay, but yeah. It's mostly just me finding out my time's over these past several days, almost a week actually, has been me just figuring out that I'm into more stuff than I thought I would be into. But so again, this is a very good thing. Oh no, also you can expect a Yu-Gi-Oh card duel sometime here, either today, tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully today, but we'll have to see. Because my cards did come in and everything, and they look fantastic. I should honestly show you. In fact, yeah, I will do that. Hello. It's me. Sorry about the light. It's really bright. I know. I'm sorry, but yeah, as I said, my new cards came in. This is it's got 49 cards, but 2 are extra monsters, so the extra monsters don't really count towards your main deck. So, yeah. This is technically 49 cards here, but 47 in the main deck, so it's 47, 49, whatever you want. But yeah, honestly, I think it's time I showed you. Okay, so I have these cards sorted from normal monsters, extra monsters, spells, and traps. I'm obviously going to start off with the normal monsters, because that's what any normal person would do. Now, starting off, we have my new favorite monster, overtaking Dark Magician Girl now. Well, one version of her at least. One version of my new favorite monster. I got 3 of this beautiful late. You can't really see, but it's Live Twin Kiseko. It's 500 attack, 0 defense. It's a 2-star light monster, obviously, by the stats. Granted, stat-wise, it's not very good. But the effect, though. Each time an opponent's monster declares an attack, you gain 500 life points. If this card is normal or special summoned, and you control no other monsters, you can special summon one Lilla monster from your hand or deck. So while the stat-wise, the monster sucks, the effect makes up for that because it's fucking hilarious. Like, if someone attacked me, I gain 500 times each time. As long as this monster stays on the field, which is, why I have 3. Alright, next up, we have her twin sister. It's a live twin Lilla. I've, again, got 3 of them. Okay, my camera went dark. Don't know why. Yeah, another 2-star monster, dark this time. Same stats, 500 attack, 0 defense. I have 3 copies, which is, the max you can have of one specific card. Other than, specific cards, so where you can only have, 1. But, yeah, again, I have 3 of the Evil Twin cards for the core deck. I could have paid, $10 for it, but I ended up paying, under 8. I ended up paying, under 7, I think. $7.50 or... I don't know exactly how much I paid. But, yeah. These three twin Kisakil, Lillas, and 3 spell cards I'm going to be coming to here soon. I paid under $3 for it. These are first edition ultra rares too, so getting paid $3 just for 9 cards, first edition ultra rare, it's really fucking good. But yeah, anyways, back to this card. Lilla's effect is your opponent must pay 500 life points to declare an attack. 500 life points to declare an attack, meaning for every time, as long as this monster is on the field, every time my opponent tries to attack me, they have to pay 500 life points to attack. It doesn't have to be this, but yeah, it doesn't have to be these monsters either. It could be any monster. They still have to fucking pay 500 life points. It's so fucking trolly, but yeah. Other than, the opponent having to pay 500 life points due to this effect, the rest of the effect is basically the same. Control no monster, attack with special summon, a Kisakil monster. It's basically the exact same otherwise. But yeah. Okay, next up, we have Tour Guide from the Underworld. This was a single card I bought. This was the first thing out of the newer load I got. This was the first card I got for this deck specifically. Again, I have 2 decks. I have my one, that's my 3 Egyptian Gods. That's no longer my main deck. This is going to be my main deck from now on. That one's got my Dark Magician Girls as well. So, yeah. But yeah, again, I'm getting off track. Tour Guide from Dark World is a 3-star, obviously dark type monster with 1000 attack, 600 defense. Her effect is, when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 3 fiend monster from your hand or deck, but it has its effects negated. Also cannot be used as synchro material. I do have a level 3 fiend monster in here. It's, as well as, synchro monsters, but those are going to be my 2 special monsters. Spoiler, they're going to be the synchros are going to be my 2 special monsters. But yeah, I've got the level 3 fiend monster I have for that effect coming up. Okay, next up we got Amazement Assistant Delia. She is a level 4 light monster with 1800 attack, 1400 defense. Really fucking good for a level 4 monster. Let me tell you. It's got an effect. You can reveal one attraction trap in your hand, special summon this card from your hand. You can send one attraction trap from your hand or face up field to the graveyard. Set one attraction trap directly from your deck to your spell and trap zone. You can only use each effect of Amazement Assistant Delia once per turn. But yeah, this deck is mostly hollows and first editions. Like, there's I think only 6 cards in this deck that's not first edition. So, yeah. I mean, a lot of my cards are fucking first edition. I have 394 cards currently as of the making of this video. It's crazy. I'm at almost 400. And I'm still looking for cards, by the way. Alright, next up, we have Fairy Archer and Gunnar. It's a level 6 Earth type monster, 2400 attack, 1200 defense. It's got an effect. Cannot attack this turn. Cannot attack the turn this card is special summoned. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a plant monster, you can target one level 6 or higher plant monster in your graveyard. Special summoned in the defense position. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn, except plant monsters. Also, the funny thing is it says special attack cannot attack if it's when the turn is special summoned. Tribute summoning isn't classified as special summoning. It's actually classified as a normal summon. So technically, if I tribute a monster to summon this, I can attack with it. Yeah. Okay, next up we got Indulged Dark Lord. It's a level 4, obviously dark type monster because it's got Dark Lord in the fucking name. It's got 1600 attack and 0 defense. Has an effect. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can take 2 Dark Lord monsters from your hand or deck with different levels, except Indulged Dark Lord. Special summon one of them to your opponent's field in defense position and add the other to your hand. Also, you cannot activate monster effects for the rest of this turn, except fairy monsters. That effect, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of iffy, but I think that's one of the that might be the only Dark Lord monster I have in this deck. Or maybe. Hold on. Yeah, it's the only Dark Lord monster I have in this deck. And so next up we have Nightmare Incarnation Idly. It's a level 9 dark type monster. Level 9 to get these stats. This is a level 9 monster, by the way. 2100 attack and 2100 defense. It's got 2 effects, which I obviously won't be using because, I don't use Link monsters. I just learned how to use Synchro monsters and everything recently. So, yeah, Link monsters, yeah, no. But yeah, again, it's got 2 effects. Level 9 monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Nightmare Incarnation idly once per turn. Here's the first effect. If the total Link rating of the monsters on the field is 8 or more, you can special summon this card from your hand. Again, don't use Link monsters, so I could literally just tribute 2 monsters, summon this if I wanted to. And the second effect is, if this card is special summoned, as Monster Reborn through spell effect, trap effect, monster effect, whatever. While your opponent controls more Link monsters than you do, you can send all Link monsters on the field to the graveyard. Again, don't use Link monsters, so these effects are useless, but otherwise, yeah, got really decent stats. Next monster is Backup Operator. It's a level 3 light type monster with 1200 attack, 800 defense. This also has an effect. I think all my monsters on this deck have effects. So, yeah, keep that in mind. The rest of this is basically going to be pretty much monsters of all monsters with effects. You can target one face-up monster that a link monster you control points to. Again, don't use link monsters, so this effect not going to do anything for me. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, return that monster to the hand. If special summoned this way, banish this card when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Backup Operator once per turn. But yeah, again, don't have link monsters, so... I mean, I have link monsters, I just don't know how to use them, so I don't use them. Wow, getting pretty close to the end of the normal monsters. Let me get more comfortable. Next up, it's Marincus Crown Tail. It's a level 5 water type monster. 600 attack, 2300 defense. During damage calculation, if calculation, there we go. During damage calculation, if a monster battles another monster, you can send one other Marincus monster from your hand to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, the damage you take from that battle is halved. At the start of the damage step, if an opponent's monster attacks, you can... Wow, this is a fucking long effect. You can banish this card from your graveyard. This turn, you take no battle damage that is less than or equal to the total link rating of Marincus link monsters in your graveyard times 100. Well, not 100, 1000. Again, it uses link monsters for the effect, so the effect's pretty much useless, I guess. Now, next up, we have Deep Sea Minstrel. Cameron went dark again. What the fuck? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Deep Sea Minstrel. It went dark again. But yeah, it's a level 3 water type monster. 1200 attack, 1500 defense, which... pretty average for a level 3 monster. That's basically level 4 monster stats right there, though. You can discard this card in one water monster. Look at your opponent's hand and banish one card from their hand face up until the end phase. If this card is special summoned, you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, then target one level 4 Laura monster in your graveyard, except Deep Sea Minstrel. Place on the top or bottom of the deck. So yeah, it's basically... I can use it as a tuner for synchros, or I could discard it to look at my opponent's hand, which, yeah. It just depends. I guess it just depends on the situation. So, yeah, next card. Yeah, again, it's... I'll be right back. Come on. Okay. Okay, so sorry about that. I needed a drink. It's a Dr. K. Throat was getting dry, so I had to get something to drink. Damn, my elbow's itchy. This injury still fucking hasn't healed completely. Okay. But yeah, next card in my deck is... Hold on, my camera went dark. Again. Okay, it's Spirit of the Fall Wind. It's a level 4 wind type monster with 1800 attack, 900 defense. If this card is normal summoned, you can add one flip monster from your deck to your hand. That's its effect. Its effect sucks. Kind of, I guess. Next up, we have Mozarta, the Melodious Maestro. It's a level 8 light type monster with 2600 attack, 2000 defense. That's really fucking good stats for a level 6 monster. Because take Dark Magician Girl, for example. She's a level 6 monster. She's got 2000 attack, 1700 defense. So 2600 attack and 2000 defense is really fucking good. Wait, this is a level 8 monster. Well, fucking stupid. Once per turn, you can special summon one light fairy type monster from your hand. You cannot special summon other monsters the turn you activate this effect, except for light monsters. So yeah, again, it's an okay effect, but its stats are really fucking good. It's an 8-star monster, level 8 monster, so yeah. Coming on the last 5 normal monsters, we have Rose Princess, which is a level 3 Earth type monster. This is one of my hollows, by the way. I've got quite a few. I got quite a few hollows in the thing 150 cards I bought. So yeah, I got 75 commons, obviously. Then I got 50 rares and 25 hollows. So yeah, it's really fucking neat. For $12! And the tour guide from Dark World cost me a little over $2, which I honestly didn't mind, because I like her. She's a good monster. Not very good stat-wise, but her effect is really good. But yeah, again, back to Rose Princess. 1200 attack, 800 defense. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. A special summon this way, treat this card as a tuner. You can only special summon Rose Princess once per turn this way. You can discard this card, add 1 White Rose Cloister from your deck to your hand. Again, I only have a White Rose Cloister, so yeah. Monster kind of... I mean, the effect is good, because it can allow me to synchro summon a monster. So, yeah. It's okay. And here's level 3 Fiend monster I had mentioned earlier, kind of. Infernity Conjurer. It's a level 3 dark type monster. 1200 attack, 900 defense. Pretty standard for a level 3 monster. When you have no cards in your hand, monsters your opponent controls lose 800 attack. While you have no cards in your hand and this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use its effective Infernity Conjurer once per turn. That's a really fucking good effect for a level 3 monster. That's a really good effect. The only problem with it is you can't have any cards in your hand, and Infernity Conjurer has to be on the field for that to work. So, it's a good effect, but hard to actually activate. Wow, almost done with normal monsters. Next up is Virtual World Time Nyan Nyan. It's a level 3 wind type monster of all things. I don't know why it would be a wind type monster, but it's got 1500 attack and defense, so both stats are 1500. If a level 3 monster is normal or special summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card as a tuner. Banish it when it leaves the field. Also, for the rest of this turn, you can only special summon level / rank 3 or higher monsters. Which I've actually got pretty decent amounts of, so yeah. But of course, it's just for the rest of the turn, so yeah, we're going to get to the spell card soon, don't worry. If this card is banished, you can target one of your other banished cards, shuffle it into the deck. You can only use each effect of Virtual World Harmony once per turn. Good, decent stats for a level 3 monster, and two really good effects. So, it's actually a really good card. I mean, we got Big Shield Gardener. I mean, you know what Big Shield Gardener is, I'm sure. Level 4 Earth-type monster, 100 attack, so its attack is absolute garbage. But 2600 defense, so it's more defense. Obviously, it's a shield-based monster. During each player's turn, when this face-down card is targeted by a spell card, no other cards, by the way. It's targeted by a spell card. Change this card to a face-up defense position, and if you do, negate the spell card's activation. If this card is attacked, change it to attack position at the end of the damage step. Yeah. Pretty good effects. Even though they're basically one-time uses, pretty much. Unless, I use a Monster Reborn, which I did transfer from my first deck to this deck. Because for that deck, I don't really need Monster Reborn. So, because again, I have 3 Egyptian Gods, as well as my Berserker Soul in that deck. So, I really don't need fucking Monster Reborn in that. Plus Monster Reborn's with those live twin cards, yeah, Monster Reborn will come in handy. And I am not even gonna fucking bother with the name of it. Actually, not even I as well. Gizmek Arakami, the Hailbringer Hog. It's a level 4 water type monster. I don't know why it would be a water type monster when it's a fucking machine monster, but anyways, it's both its stats are 1850, so 1850 for both attack and defense. For a level 4 monster, by the way. And yeah, this is another one of the hollows I got. Really fucking cool. If you control a machine monster whose attack equals its own defense, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one machine monster you control whose attack equals its own defense. Send one machine monster from your deck to the graveyard, whose attack equals its own defense with a lower level than that targeted monster. And if you do, the targeted monster gains attack defense equal to the level of the monster sent to the graveyard times 100. You can only use each effect of Gizmek Arakami. Yeah, that's basically for a fucking level 4 monster. A level 4 monster. 1850 for both attack and defense is really... That's basically level 6 monster stats right there. And its effect is really fucking good. So... Don't know why it's a level 4 monster if it's got shit like that. But yeah, that does it for the extra monsters. I mean, not the extra monsters, the normal monsters. Oh, man. Alright, so coming up, we got my 2 special monsters, which I mentioned a little bit ago. Both synchro monsters. So... this one is Perialis, Empress of Blossoms. It's a level 7 light type monster. 1600 attack, 2400 defense. That's actually pretty standard for a 7-star monster. Again, since it's a synchro monster, it requires a tuner, which I obviously... previously mentioned I have set up just in case I need these. But with how I have this deck build, I really don't think I need them. But still, just in case, you never know. It requires 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner monster. Gains 400 attack for each plant monster you control except this card. I don't have any plant monsters, I don't think. I think this is like the only one I have in this deck. I put Quo because extra deck monsters don't count towards the main deck. So, during your main phase, you can special summon 1 level 5 or higher plant monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position, except Terialis, Empress of Blossoms. Yeah, it's only affect 1600 attack and 2400 defense for a level 7 monster. That's pretty standard. And now for my second synchro. It's Chao Feng, Phantom of the Yang Xing. This is another hollow card I got as my thing of 150. My camera is going dark again. Come on. Fix yourself. Come on. But yeah, a hollow card is, if you can't see, yeah. It's a level 9 light type monster. 2800 attack, 2200 defense. Making this basically the most powerful card in this deck, essentially. Again, since this is synchro, it requires 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner monster. While the synchro summon card is on the field, your opponent cannot activate effects of monsters with the same original attributes as the Yang Xing monster is used for the synchro summon of this card. So I think if like a Yang Xing monster is a light type monster, if my opponent had light type monsters on the field, hand, graveyard, or whatever, they can't activate it as long as it's a light type monster. And I, sent. Yeah, I'm sure you understand what I mean. For those who know how to play, I'm sure. When the synchro summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 tuner from your deck to your hand. Again, 2800 attack, 2200 defense. The only monsters in this house that can... The only monsters in this house that can actually take this thing out are my Egyptian gods. And those things take 3 tributes each. So it takes at the minimum 4 turns just for the Egyptian god to come out and destroy this. Yeah, I would have won the duel by then, most likely. Once per turn, when a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 worm monster from your deck in defense position whose original attribute matches the original attribute that one of those destroyed monsters had on field. Again, if, like, for example, a light type monster is, destroyed, I can special summon a light type worm monster, for examples. Yeah. I mean, it got pretty good effects. But again, it's a level 9 synchro monster. Written really good stats, too, so... Yeah. Well, that does it for all the monster cards. Both normal and special monsters. So now we move on to the spell cards. So this first one is kind of a iffy card. It's because it's part of the Pot of Greed archetype. It's Pot of Duality. Excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 of them to your hand. Also, after that, shuffle the rest back into your deck. You can only activate one Pot of Duality per turn. You cannot special summon during the turn you activate this card. So if I... Again, special summons doesn't include tribute summoning or anything like that. If it's Monster Reborn, monster effect, trap effect, spell effect, that lets me bring a monster on the field, I can't do it if I activate this card that turn. It's... Yeah. I mean... I think Pot of Duality is actually not banned in tournaments. Pot of Greed for sure is. But Pot of Duality, I don't think it is. Anyways, yeah. Monster Reborn is next. I don't need to say anything about it. It's Monster Reborn. The name of the spell card explains itself. So yeah, I don't have to say anything about that. It just lets me bring a monster in the field. But here's the thing. There is something I have to say about it. Special monsters, normal monsters, special monsters like fusion monsters, synchros, Link, XYZ, stuff like that can be brought back with Monster Reborn. Fun fact. Next up, we have Dark Eruption. This lets me target one dark monster in my graveyard with 1500 or less attack and add it to my hand. So, say I use that, right? I could activate it, bring back this if it was in my tour guide from the Dark World, if it was in the graveyard, since it's got 1500, since it's got 1000 attack points. That's 1500 or less that you can activate that card with. You can do that with. But yeah, pretty good spell card. Next up, we got Concentrating Current. This was actually one card I did in the last video. I did like this, that I said I wasn't planning on putting in any deck, but then I went to thinking and decided to put it in this one. Target one face-up monster you control. It gains attack equal to its current defense until the end of this turn. Other monsters you control cannot attack during the turn you activate this card. So yeah, again, if I had, like, for example, Tour Guide from the Dark World, and I activate on the field, and I activated that card, targeted my Tour Guide, she would gain 600 attack due to, you know, her having 600 defense. So she would have 1600 attack points until the end of that turn because of that card. Which, it's okay, actually. But I can also do that with anything else. I'm probably gonna use Tour Guide from the Dark World as a perfect example for the most part. Next up, we got more of the, you know, cards from the evil twin. Live twins are basically evil twins, pretty much. But yeah. So yeah, I have 3 of each of the, you know, evil twin themed cards. Evil twin, live twin, whatever. I have 3 of each. So yeah. These are next. The live twin channel. When a monster declares an attack, you contribute 1 Kisa kill monster or 1 Lila monster. Negate that attack. During the end of phase, you can target 1 Kisa kill monster or 1 Lila monster in your graveyard. Shuffle it into the deck, or if you control no monsters, you can add it to your hand instead. So I can basically fucking... If my opponent... And this is a field spell, by the way. So, as long as this card stays on the field, I can, if my opponent declares an attack, I can tribute one of the two monsters to my graveyard to negate that attack, and then I can bring that monster back. Put it in my deck, of course, but yeah, it's really fucking good. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, this is basically a trolley type deck, perfect for me actually. Because again, I was the kind of person who would play gun game in Call of Duty and just stab people, because that was fun. It was hilarious, and it made the game last longer too. It was yeah. That's what I did. And next up, Live Twin Home. Also, yeah, funny thing, I mentioned that I hate VTubers in a previous video a couple weeks ago. Yet the Live Twins are technically VTubers, which is weird. Does that make me a hypocrite? I mean, I like their designs and them as their effects as monsters. I think they're really fucking good. Honestly, despite, their bad stats, their effects are still pretty fucking good, as well as the designs, so yeah. So what this spell card does is discard one card, special summon one Kiseko monster, one Lila monster from your deck. Also, for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck, except evil twin monsters. Again, the evil twin monsters in the extra deck would basically just be the Link monsters. Again, since they're Link monsters, I don't know what to do with them, so yeah. That does it for the spell cards. And last but not least, we have the trap cards. Got more evil twin and evil twin / live twin trap cards. Start with. Hold on, how many of these? I have 75% of my trap cards are evil twin themed. Meaning 4 of these 16 trap cards aren't themed with live evil twins. It's again, they're basically the same monsters pretty much. But yeah. Next up, and first off for the spell for the trap cards is hold on, camera went dark. Evil Twin Challenge. Target one Kiseko monster, one Lila monster in your graveyard. Special summon it, then you can apply the following effect. Immediately after this effect resolves, Link summon one evil twin Link monster using monsters you control as material. Again, don't use Link monsters. So that, yeah. But yeah, I can pretty much still just bring one of them back from my graveyard. Again, trolley. Jack for the most part. And next up is Evil Twin Present. If you control a Kiseko monster and control a Lila monster, activate one of these effects. Target one Kiseko monster or one Lila monster you control and one face-up monster your opponent controls. Switch control of those monsters. The second effect is target one set spell trap your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. So even if it's face down, my opponent places a spell or trap card face down on the field, I could. And I control these two monsters. I can activate this trap, basically put it back into their hand. Well, into the deck, actually. So, yeah. It could really save my ass. Yeah. Probably. At least for a little while. Next up. You're not gonna believe the name of this trap card, but it's Evil Twin GG Easy. That is literally the name of this trap card. I'm not making it up. You contribute 1 key to kill a monster, 1 little monster, then activate one of the following effects. You can target 1 key to kill a monster or 1 little monster you control. It gains attack equal to the original attack of the tribute monster until the end of this turn. Say, for example, I mean, they both have 500 attack anyway, so if I tributed one of them, the other one would gain the 500, get 1000 attack until the end of that turn. But yeah, that card... that effect is kind of especially against my other deck. And the second effect is when a card effect is activated that would destroy a card on the field, you can negate that effect, like spell card, trap card, monster effect, something like that. It can literally... I can negate that effect, and that would then send that card or whatever to the graveyard. It's next. I mean, the first effect of that trap kind of sucks, but the second one can be helpful. And last up for the Evil Twin Live Twin themed cards is Boo Boo Game. Camera went dark again. Come on. Hold on. Camera went dark. Boo Boo Game. During damage calculation, if a monster battles, you take no battle damage from that battle. Again, I can activate it. If this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by your opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target up to 2 normal traps in your graveyard except Boo Boo Game. Set them to your field. They can be activated this turn. So I can literally prevent battle damage step by activating that card, as well as bring 2 other normal trap cards under the field and activate them if I want to. It's really fucking good. But I can only activate one of them per turn. And now for the last 4 trap cards and the last 4 cards in my deck. Period. For this deck, you know what's in that other deck. Yeah, again, no more Live Twin, Evil Twin themed monster cards. Next up, we have Relieve Monster. Activate only when an opponent's monster declares an attack. Select 1 monster you control and return it to the hand. Then special summon 1 level 4 monster from your hand. It kind of sucks, but if I wanted to save, like, for example, my Kisek or Lila monster from getting destroyed, I could special summon a level 4 monster. And yeah, summon it right back next turn. Next up, we have Breakaway. During your opponent's battle phase, send 1 spell card from your hand to the graveyard. End the battle phase. So that means during the battle phase, I could literally just straight up just fucking end the battle phase right away. Then face up monsters currently on the field to have their effects negated until the end of this turn. Yeah, that's a fair trade. Having all monsters on the field effects negated just to, end my opponent's battle phase. I'd take that. Next up, Call of the Haunted. Activate this card by targeting 1 monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in attack position. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. And when that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. It's an endless trap card until, it gets destroyed or monster I suppose some from the graveyard is destroyed. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent card. Again, using my Kisa Killer monsters as an example for that. And the final card for this is Solemn Strike. When a monster would be special summoned or a monster effect is activated, pay 1,500 life points. Negate the summon or activation if you do destroy that card. That's more of a, you know, like a last resort if I have to use it. But I probably won't with how this deck is built. It's, yeah. It's, yeah. That's this deck. But yeah, this is actually what I've been doing the past few days. Good. New favorite monster right here. Well, one of the two. Again, the live twins are basically just the evil twins. I don't have the evil twin link monsters, so... And they're expensive as fuck. I'm talking like $25 without shipping for one of them. It's insane. But yeah, Kiseki, my new favorite monster, even over Dark Magician Girl now. But yeah, that's honestly all I've been doing. Thank you for watching, and thank you for understanding everything that's been going on over the past almost week. And I'll see you in the duel later.